welcome back to our channel. This will be a totally different video. This is going to be our coffee videos from now on. Going out for a coffee, and then we will talk about our experience about fan life and life in general. So stay put, and everybody who came over from the fan life show of Dan and Nash, welcome to our channel, and thank you for subscribing. So we clean up nice, don't we?
We look good.
You ready to go? We take you on our first coffee trip.
Yes, we do this, and you should stop saying undone. I can see you on there. Anyway, besides him, but here we go anyway.
I know. Yeah.
We got it over our place. It's fly.
Have you?
And it's like going into the apple trees and
Yes.
and the cherry trees, and God, they are really, making them mixed up like.
Yeah.
Come on, you Welshman. Okay, we are now in a beautiful park, kept really nice by volunteers. What is the name of the park?
It's a park.
Osborne Park?
Osborne, no, it's
No,
not.
that's
It's Ellerslie.
What is the name of the park, love?
Here.
Yeah?
Crescent Garden.
Oh yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
right,
Crescent Gardens. You don't mind me including you in my video?
Oh.
Do you mind?
I don't mind.
Thank you. Crescent Gardens. And
Crescent
every
Gardens.
Wednesday the volunteers come out and maintain the garden. It's absolutely beautiful. And then if we turn a little bit, do you see those beautiful white houses on the background? You tell, what was it?
It used to be the horse cavalry officers, and that's where the officers used to live. But I think they were all officers. As,
When we will still had,
horse cavalry.
when they still drove
Yeah,
horses, innit?
yeah, and they got stables just over the other side of it.
Yeah.
They used to keep them. And they've turned them all into dwelling houses.
Yeah, beautiful.
And,
Very expensive houses now. And the first building on the corner is an hotel, and that's where I stayed the first time I came over.
That's right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
never returned. All right, let's make our way to the bus stop. I thought we were going, but this is where I met one of our daughters for the first time. It's Crystal Lou, and I was sitting there on the bench. She came to see me on my way to school. Yay, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And just look at that beautiful tree. Don't you just love it?
Those roses smell really nice over there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can't film the smell, sadly enough.
Oh.
I thought we were on our way, but traveling with a Welsh husband is not easy, let me tell you. They talk to everyone, and everyone talks to them. So, let's give him a minute. All right, we arrived at the bus stop. Now, we have no clue what time it will be
We don't know
coming.
what time the bus is coming.
It comes every 40 minutes, so 40 minutes.
I usually bring my phone with me,
Yes.
and then what you do, right? Let me show you something. This is brilliant. I just got my old age pensioners bus pass, right? And this is what you do. You have a phone, yeah? I didn't bring it because of these. Check it out down there. Check it out. These trousers, look, see? Sorry about the fly being open. Anyway, so it pulls my trousers down.
Oh, bus coming! Quick!
But yeah, see this here, you take a photo of that in your QI thing, and then it tells you what time the next bus is. What time the next bus is, and here it is now, coming round the corner.
Okay, let's get ready. Where's my pass? Here it is. And you have to wave, you wave. Otherwise the bus doesn't stop sometimes. Okay, here we go. That was only a wait off. How many minutes? 3.
3 minutes, that was a good time.
Yeah, here we go.
That casino.
So we are in the bus on our way to where we will have coffee. Here.
Where's the parent?
We're not even sure if our mics are recording. So we have arrived on the bus station and then we walk over to where we want to go.
Listen to this now. Listen to this now. We call this bus the Morning Woman. You hear that?
They might not pick it up because we are using hopefully our external
Okay.
mic.
It's alright, just wanted to mention that. That's
Yeah,
all.
the bus, yes,
Yeah.
moaning like a woman who has a lot of pleasure.
Yeah. There's only one bus I get, and that's this one. And it goes, woo!
We always wait until everybody's off. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
The time now, for anyone who wants to know, is 1300 hours. Or to be more precise, 12:55. Bonjour. Parlez-vous français? No, neither do I, actually. Anyway, here we are. We're doing our thing. We're up in a place called Ahiranta. And we just got off the bus. It's looking a bit funny around here.
Why?
Hey,
Why is it looking funny?
well, people are still wearing shorts.
Well, it's summer. No, you missed it. Oh
See?
yeah.
That's strange. That's strange, that is.
Well, do you know what is strange? They even wear shorts here in Britain
wintertime.
in the winter. That's strange.
That's strange.
Okay,
I
we
think
made
it's-
it.
Yeah.
To answer a question of one of our viewers, while we are walking to our coffee, is the person really likes my hair and asks,
yeah.
why don't you leave it free when you're on the go? Well, there is a reason for it, of course.
It's because I is a boxer.
And it's not cosmetic, but it's just to prevent Ozay from getting into trouble.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
It's not me. It
What does
wasn't
my
you.
hair has to do with him getting in trouble? Well, there
What
are...
kind of trouble do you mean? Do you mean like pregnant trouble? Because in England, in trouble in the old days is to mean pregnant. And I can't be pregnant, so it can't be that.
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is that there are people who find it necessary to make fun of my hair. And some people are quite nasty, actually. So just to
It's
prevent...
strange, isn't it? It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, just to protect
It's,
those people,
yeah.
because it's not for our own protection, but they don't know how close to death they come when they do stuff like that.
Yes.
So just, and the wind is in front of us, so again, if the mic is very windy,
Yes.
sorry, we're working on it.
I'm the trained killer I am.
And I will tell you more about the products we use today, and again, make it clear, we bought them. Nobody gave us our products, and they are super cheap for what they are capable of doing. We always wanted, what is it called? A gimbal. That's right, a gimbal. We always wanted one, but it was just too expensive for us. And this one seems to do the job very well. Right, there's music coming. That means we have to stop filming, otherwise
It's
YouTube
copyright.
will take our copyright. Okay, there is our favorite coffee shop. Well, not really favorite. Our favorite is the boathouse by the harbor, but for here in town, huh? This is, don't you just love that pub? Pubs here in England are just absolutely beautiful. Here we go. And they do filtered coffee,
And that's
which
why
we
we're
like.
here.
That's why we are here, yeah. And I've been told that Coffee One is a Welsh company. Welsh.
Welsh?
Yeah, shall we sit by the fireplace or where do you think we can film?
Yeah, quite nice good. My wonderful, beautiful, smart, intelligent. She got an honours degree, a master's degree in everything you can think of. She's a writer, she's artistic, she's great in bed, she's great at doing the washing, she's good at food, she's good at ironing my clothes, she's good at just pleasing me in general. So we gotta go now.
Alright. You just went to the toilet and your mic is on.
Yeah.
So maybe if that can pick it up over the distance, that will be interesting.
Oh, I thought of that when I was in there and I thought I was going to go, and I thought, like that, because of this. And I thought, hang on a minute, now this mic is on, you don't want to show yourself like that. Anyway, you know, one of the reasons we came to this place here, this little area actually feels a bit better. It's a bit kind of, you know, I don't know about you guys out there, but you pick up like people's energy and vibration and stuff.
I think it was the police officer. He's allergic for police officers.
And that was what you see the police officers down there. Please.
Look, you make the camera move.
It's just mine or yours?
That is mine, but the table is moving when you do that. Look. Camera is moving, so
oh well, they don't mind.
Let's keep the no.
Anyway, so and whenever we come to this coffee run in Ahiranta, we pick up a kind of vibe and energy and okay, yeah, the coffee. But there's something more than that. And have you guys out there ever noticed if you go somewhere, certain places, it makes you feel in a certain way. You pick up some kind of energy from the place. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, always. Because if we go somewhere, I often ask Ozay to go in first because you pick up if it's the right place to take me into. Because, like I said, because of the way I look, I attract a lot of unwanted attention.
Yeah, we're not joking about that.
No,
actually.
So when we go out, or I put my hair away and leave it, but now we sit in an area here where there's nobody here.
Yeah.
So I feel comfortable to let my hair free. But do you remember I went to a street in Portsmouth, Old Albert Street, and Ozay, I told him, I went to a really nice street.
Yeah.
Do you know it? It's Albert Street. He said,
Yeah, I said, what?
Did you go there?
I didn't say it like that.
No, that's true.
And,
anyway, and I took him there one day. Well, he took me there, and then he showed me what was going on. There was a mugging going on.
That's it.
A bit further down was police chasing somebody on a bike.
And then there was somebody trying to pick out pockets.
Yeah, in the shop. And he said, see, that's why I don't want you to come here. I never picked that up. So I'm not always picking things up.
No.
But
and what about that place with the dog in? And hang on now, I didn't know nothing about this place. We went to this place, park up place.
A park up by the beach.
Walking nice and out the way.
In a little copse, do you not call it a copse?
Yeah, copse. Yeah. And so anyway, we get off out of the van that we always drive around in the van. And we get out with the dogs, and I said, you know, and I said, I started picking up a sense, a feel about the place, you know, and it just didn't feel right, like I thought we shouldn't be there. And I said it to you, didn't I? I said,
something going on here.
Yeah, something going on here. We have to get out of here. And anyway, maybe a couple of years later on, we found out that it was a regular one for dog shooting it. So we started going there regular after that.
To starters, when we knew it, we also realized there were a few men walking around on their own without dogs, and they kept looking, and we are used to people looking at us, so we didn't take much notice of that. But then when we heard that it was a docking place, it made all sense, isn't it?
Because do you remember as well, that other time we went up that way, and we walked straight up the path from the car park, and there was the beach where those cliffs are, and there was a guy hiding behind the bushes, and he didn't have no clothes on. And then
But it could have been a naked. It could have been a naked beach, you know, or a new beach. But anyway,
yeah, but we picked the fire up.
Yeah, and we didn't know what docking was. So we were told by Jane and Craig's Jane's mom, way in her 80s then.
No, she's in her 90s now.
Yes.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when she educated us about docking, she was in her end 80s. And so for those who don't know what docking is, it has to do with sex. So
Check it out on Google.
If you don't want to have anything to do with that kind of sex, free sex, don't look it up because you will be shocked.
Yeah. And anyway, so like each time we come up here, we pick up like an energy, and it's like positive energy, and it makes you feel really good. And it's not just the coffee, because we would have it with all the coffee, just as soon as we sit down in here.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, we talk about all kinds of, like, we get inspired ideas here, and inspiration.
This idea what we are doing now, this
Yeah.
what came up from one of our visits here last week or the week before.
Yeah, because we've been coming here so long, innit? And, well, not so long, but so many times, and each time you get that
We only
inspiration.
discovered this place 4 weeks ago, and we only started coming here since Ozay got his old pensioners bus pass. But the petrol, the diesel is so expensive going out for us. We have to be really careful. Normally we only use at the moment a van for shopping, and no leisure whatsoever, because it's just really expensive. And we live on a budget, so that makes sense to, you know, we don't like to go in debt and so. But before it all became so expensive, you took me to another place, Port Solent. I think it's called Port Solent, and it's all the way on the top of Portsmouth Harbour. And there's lots of expensive boats, and people with money live there, and we went to sit there once for a cup of coffee, and then all of a sudden all kind of business ideas. And we are totally not business-minded.
Oh, Craig and Jane was with us, eh?
Also on our own.
Yeah. On our own, yeah. And we done it exactly the same thing happened though, because we started getting all those ideas when Craig and Jane was there.
But they were really business ideas, and I think a lot of business people have their boats there. So you definitely are influenced by where you go, by which you environment.
I'm not surprised by it, but you know, some people might say, that's just superstition and stuff. But I spent a lot of years in meditation, which means you sort of still your mind. For those out there who don't understand meditation, you kind of still your mind, right? You become totally relaxed, and then you allow everything to appear as going to appear. And that can be like feelings in your, you know, in your body, or it can be visual images like in your mind. And it's just that, so you would learn to develop that sitting in circles. And so I would sit there, and I know that those areas would have a certain energy left there. And I went about places like Stonehenge and those old stone circles, and you know, those what they call religious places of the Stone Age and stuff.
Now, it also, I used to read books about mystic Osho, and he said that if you worship, let's say, in a certain faith, not to enter the house of worship of another religion, because your energy will disturb the energy that all those worshippers that do that together, you will disturb that energy. So, or people who meditate in caves, they leave a certain energy, and they become places where it is easier for people to reach an enlightened state, just because of the energy that penetrates the rocks. And it's really interesting, and it happens too much for it to be a belief or
a lot of cultures. It's like, if you look at the Aborigines, right, and listen to some of their stories, and they'll point out certain places in nature, and they'll say that that's the spirit of the water speaks to you, or the spirit of the trees, or the spirit of the mountain, and it's always, they have all the same story associated to them. So, I mean, what is a story anyway? It's like memory, and what is memory? It's like strands of energy in your brain with like vibrational frequencies that come out as pictures of, you know, a memory or something. So, you know, you transfer energy into a rock or a tree or a river, and it's there. So.
It is really interesting. When we walk past a really old oak tree, I always say, if only the oak tree could talk, he could tell us a lot of stories. But some people, I never had that. I can't tap into a oak tree, and let it tell me stories. But yeah, we are interested in energies and we don't go places. If it doesn't feel right, we walk out, don't we? Yeah. We are a bit nutters, but yeah, that's it.
And the reason for that is, like, you know, being aware, you are affected by the different environments that you enter. What's that got to do with anything? Like, you might ask out there, you know, what's this discussion about? Is it just a load of bollocks, or is it, you know, some meaning to it for everyone? And my point of it is that the people you surround yourself with, even places you go, you know, like you was talking about the Tibetans, they meditate, the Tibetan yogis, they go meditate up in the caves, like some other enlightened yogi found enlightenment in, and that energy penetrates the stone. And like, if you look at Stonehenge, they got stones from Wales, and then they got stones from Morocco. Why did they go 150 miles to stick those stones here? What is it? You know, do those stones hold some kind of, you know, frequency? Well, I mean, they would be stupid. I mean, when I went to school in the early days, they said Stone Age people were, you know, like stupid. But I think there was much more to it than what we understand today. And the reason we don't understand it is because science was supposed to get rid of superstition and all that kind of stuff. And so anything outside of scientific, verified, repeatable experiment was a real science. So anyway, that's that.
Yeah, right. So what will, like many of you who watch this channel, and those who have come over from the channel of Dan and Massi, I
Dan
said,
and Mazzy,
yeah. Thank you for joining us. We also love living in our van. We are not van lifers, for life I mean, because we have a home in England and we have a home in Sweden. And that sounds as if we are very rich, we're not.
It was all.
But anyway, that's another story. If you want to know about it, leave a comment and we will tell you.
Yeah, but we have something in us that's like, we like to be free.
Yeah.
And, get away from.
We like to travel, and this year we plan to go to Sweden. But because we couldn't financially afford it, we couldn't travel to Sweden, and seeing the prices now of the diesel, we are not the only ones, are we?
Yeah, but you know.
But anyway, we love traveling, and we have converted our van ourselves. I will put some pictures up maybe later on for those who are interested.
Yeah.
But what will be our next journey?
Our next journey?
If I stay well enough, we go to Wales, aren't we?
I was going to say that, yeah. Yeah. You already knew that answer to that question.
No, it popped in, no.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be going to Wales next. But, you know, sometimes we don't do it like that. And, you know, we've been kind of trained in a way by doing that. And we could go outside the door, suddenly we would say, let's go. And, you know, never planned or nothing, it's just the right condition, right? You don't do it all when they're nature, buzz off somewhere.
Yeah.
Spend a bit of time in nature, like places like the New Forest, or there's that place in Wales that we go to, the Brecon Beacons.
The
Burengi.
Yeah, on top of that, in the was it the beacons where all the waterfalls were in Wales? Absolutely beautiful. If I can, I will edit a picture in of Ozay under the water, by the waterfall, not under the water. Oh, but he had to, after this Dutch brave woman went into the water too, because we like wild camping.
Yeah.
So that means no shower. So we only wash
absolutely sticky. Do it. And you know something? It gets so bad that I have a trail of flies following me from behind all the time.
No, we
And
wash
it is-
ourselves. We wash ourselves with baby
Oh, my
wipes and
God.
baby wipes and everything. But we came across the stream by the waterfalls, and I went in, and it was cold. And I am Dutch. I just take all my clothes off, went in. He is British, so it takes a little while. But yeah, because he wants to be clean, you went in, didn't you?
It was cold. That Welsh mountain water is cold.
His pleasure weapon was nowhere to be seen.
Well, it was cold.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
us men, like, you know, it needs to be warm before it can show any.
But we like wild camping, eh? But at the moment we hear so many stories about how difficult that gets, but we don't necessarily want to be by the sea because we live at the coast, so
Yeah.
we don't look to be near the water.
Yeah.
So inland, so far, we have never run into any trouble, have we? Oh yes, we did! Let
When
me
we
tell
came back from Holland,
this was in the Netherlands.
you never believe.
Yeah, we were parked up in the Veluwe. That's a very beautiful. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
He points out. We are testing our new equipment. He points out a little remote control. Apparently, I can start and stop recording with this, but so far I don't know how it works. Anyway, we parked up somewhere before we would go and visit.
The family?
Yeah, the family, the Dutch family, because we just traveled from Sweden, and because of my illness, we needed a few days for me to be able to be around people. Anyway, then we traveled in our blue van with the caravan. We used to have a caravan then as well behind us. And okay, and there was a knock on the door.
Yeah.
And I was on my own for a minute. No, I was not on my own.
No,
Of
I
course, I
answered
was
the door.
later, of
I
course.
answered the door.
So Ozay answers the caravan door, and I hear the man talking in Dutch
course
to
I-
Ozay, and I will translate it. And he said, "Hello, can I have sex with your wife?" Seriously, yeah. So when I hear that, because Ozay had no clue what he was saying, although he is now studying Dutch, but you might
Studying
now
Dutch.
have figured it out what he actually said.
Ah,
But I said to Ozay, shut the door. And without any argument or question, Ozay, for once, did exactly what I asked him to do.
he had a long nose, mind. I was a bit ready to
And
hit his nose when the door
he closed the door, and I hear a door slam outside, and he sped off. And we were laughing about it. We thought, what a strange thing to do. The next day, Ozay was walking the dogs. We were on a little parking in the forest, and the police came, and they knocked the door. And I stepped out, and I started speaking Dutch. And they said, wow, didn't expect that because English number plates. Didn't expect a Dutch woman to come out of the... He
English
said,
number plate.
you're not allowed to sleep, to sleep
Yeah,
here
yeah.
overnight. I said, oh wow. Because the day before, we were there already 2 or 3 nights, 2 nights I think. Police, I think maybe 50 police officers on motors and police cars were going by further down, and they went to a conference or something. They went somewhere. There was not something really badly happened. But anyway, I said, nobody moved us on. He said, did nobody come?
He said.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. I said, but we had this happening last night. Somebody knocked the caravan and asked if they could have sex with me. And they said, that's exactly why you can't wild camp anymore anywhere in Holland, in the Netherlands. Only on the motorway, on the rest places, that's where you can sleep. And we would advise you to sleep there if you have to. I said, well, we just booked a campsite very close by for tomorrow. We move on tomorrow. And he said, well, you're so open and honest, you can stay another night, they said. But please, for your own safety, move on tomorrow. Yeah, so knock on the door for sex again.
Yeah, I did make a joke about it, but nobody saw the funny side of that. And after I found out what he said, right, I said, I should have asked him how much he was offering. But it was a joke, okay? Don't take it the wrong way.
When did you make that joke?
I said, 2 you before. Remember?
Yeah.
And I said it to somebody else, but they take it too serious, to be honest, you know.
Maybe they are Catholic raised like me.
Well,
I'm not a Catholic, practicing Catholic, but you know, my parents
life's too
introduced.
short in it.
Yeah,
you know,
that
to
is
take
true.
everything so serious.
But if I wouldn't have been raised Catholic and went through certain...
You never took it serious.
No, but I might have taken up his offer. I would have said, yeah, right. How much?
How much? But it depends.
It's just
There's a high price.
It's
on
just cynic. Yeah,
No,
but yeah, it's sleeping. How do they call it? How do they call it in van life when you don't sleep on the campsite?
wild camping.
Wild camping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild camping. Yeah.
And
do you
now-
remember when we went to, like, it's a great adventure. Every time we go overland from England up to Sweden, we go from south of England, then we go over to Dover, and then we're in France, and then we go through Belgium, and then we go through
Netherlands,
Holland, and then we go through Germany, and then we go into Denmark, and then we go from Denmark to Sweden, and then in Sweden, you guys, you van lifers out there, right? You've got to go to Sweden, because every part of Sweden, except in the deep south in Sweden.
Somebody told me that by the coast in the south it's not as free, but they have the right of land law in Sweden.
Right. But once you get past the busy south part of Sweden, it's great. You can pull over, and they have places specially for van lifers or people who just camping out.
That was in Denmark. Denmark is absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
They provide you with such a beautiful places, but in Sweden, everybody has the right to use the land.
Yeah.
And that's why you can park up everywhere as long as you don't leave any trace.
But what we're going to do, when we do our next journey, just for you guys to be able to see it, because I know a lot of you guys out there who joined us up recently, you're all van lifers and you love that. And I've been looking for an opportunity to stick all that, because we have lots and lots of adventures and along the way, you know, and it's just, to capture it on film and to keep a permanent, memory of it, I think it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, we will definitely next time, because I have really thousands of hours of footage and video and photos, but it's my hobby, making videos and photography. So I will start making videos, which I hopefully will post on Fridays, about our journeys that we already have done to Sweden, to share with those who are interested in that.
Yes.
And we hope to go next year May, if my health permits it.
Yeah.
And we will definitely take you all on that
But we
journey.
don't rush it. When we go,
No, we can't.
we've been trained really, and that's from my background. You know, I've done lots of meditation in the past, and from Ahiranta's background now, illness 5 years in bed, and so we've had to plan our life accordingly to, in a way, being in the moment.
Yeah.
And so we don't think about the journey from A to B.
No.
We think about the journey along the way as I expected maybe, I don't know if you said before, but you know, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
Yeah.
And we've been, in our life, we've been forced to live in the journey, not at the destination. And that brings with it, you know, lots and lots of wonderful, life-enriching moments.
Happiness, absolute happiness in everything. Even if we break down, which you will see in the videos, we have broken down a few times.
Yeah.
And normally the journey would have stopped right there. Just check out our videos that we're going to post about that. We don't stress about anything. Things always work
Well,
out.
you know, let's get it right. There's a battle sometimes inside the new person. I don't want to speak about
But I think because you're a male, I think there is a difference. I feel safe without you, with you. Yeah, but that is true.
Yeah.
And I just relax, and I know you will sort things out. And if possible, I will help you if possible. But you were a military person.
Well, there's 3 things, apart from the army, there's 3 major things I know that you have to put forward in your life. And that is, first, there's things we don't understand. We have to learn to understand. The second, there's things that we may not like in life. So we have to learn to accept.
Yeah.
And then third, the most important thing is we have to learn to let go.
Yeah.
And there, those three things puts you right in the moment. Understand, accept, let go. This is where you're at. This is where we're at. We know what else right now except here.
Yeah.
But sometimes, being a normal human being, being controlled by our instincts, and that's fear-based, we sometimes get fearful.
Yeah.
And we only get fearful because we think of the future.
Yeah, but it's the appreciation of each moment. Like, this is simple. For us, this is absolutely bliss. We just go out for a cup of coffee, and for us, we don't need more than that. We really appreciate it when we can spend £4 on on 2 coffees. And that is for us luxury.
Yeah.
And we don't long to eat lobsters. We don't long to go to really expensive restaurants. Don't get me wrong, I have been there. Before I met Ozay, my self-worth was really low, and I tried to find myself worthy if I treated myself in more expensive things. And then that gave me a feeling that I was worthy, really from the mind, and that is where I was at that moment.
I was a bit more simple than that in my life.
Yeah, but you grew up differently and other situations, but that is how it was for me. And our happiness comes and blooms because we don't desire for the next thing, or like we would love to have gone to Sweden. Not possible, let's go. Don't think about it, it's just not possible, let it go. And some people keep hanging in there, and I wanted to go and try to force it, and we have learned that there's always a reason why certain things do not happen. And I think our happiness, so many people that write to us that you two are so happy, you two are so, yeah, but it is because of we went through our own suffering to get to this point.
The road to Damascus. We all have our road to Damascus.
Yeah, so it is a very simple thing, the happiness in our life.
Hello, mate. Yeah. Oh, boy.
The happiness in our life depends on depends on nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think when you reach that point,
I mean, don't get us wrong, right? We make a plan to go to Sweden next year, but if for some reason that plan doesn't work out, we don't fret about it. We don't make an issue about it. Often, by going with it, you make a plan, right, in life, and often it can be, for a lot of people, the biggest mistake is to make a plan and try to stick with a plan.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that, that's wrong. You make a plan, you go with it, and then you go the way of least resistance.
Yeah.
And if there's something resisting you going with the plan, it means you're not meant to do that.
you just go with the flow.
And then you look, and then there's a path, another path that's lighting up before you.
Yeah,
A bit like, what do you call that film?
The Celestine Prophecy.
Yeah, Celestine Prophecy.
That was one of my favorite movies for a long time, but we saw it recently and I thought,
Looks like Dracula.
it's a little bit crap.
No, but that's what we've done, like, and we go least resistance, and we flow with whichever way opens before us.
And I was wrong actually, we were wrong. Our next journey is not going to be Wales, our next journey is going to be Nottingham.
Oh yeah.
Our youngest granddaughter, Mia, will be 1.
I don't look forward to that because as a lot of van lifers know, last time we came back from Nottingham, it cost us, we broke down,
Our van broke down. Oh, that's another, we will do that in another episode.
we didn't know nothing about that, what do you call it, the video system. We stayed in this one place, right? We listened to this, guys, and for you van lifers, there's a good one here for you to listen to, right? We went into one of those VR video recording places.
Automatic number plate recognition.
That one, yeah. And we go in there, right? And you said we were going to drive out, right? So I drove past, and then no, go in. That's the entrance up there. So I had to reverse back like this, and then drove in there. And then so we spent that night there. Okay, fine. And then another night we went back to the same place again for some reason. And this time we knew where we were going, so we go straight in and go straight out. So during those two, right, we had we've been videoed our registration twice. The first time, because I went past the video cameras and reversed back, well, the video camera doesn't know if you're reversing or if you're going forward. And then we went home anyway, cut a long story short, and then we had a fine through the door from the video recording. And we said, how come we only got charged once for that? And I realised I found a loophole there. If you go into this video recording places, look into my eyes, reverse in, and then drive back out, jumped up.
Well, don't follow this advice. But it is true, we only got one ticket. And this was it. They say you are fined £100 or £100 or 160, I don't know. But if you pay it within 2 weeks, you only have to pay 60 or 80 pounds, which I did, because that is a lot of money for us.
Anyway.
Well, no, wait a minute. Then I learned later on, they can't force you to pay that. So, because it's private land, they have to take you to court. Yeah, so lots of fan lifers might know this. Yeah. It's a very difficult. They will bombard you with tickets, but if you refuse to pay, many people.
Let us know in the links below what your experiences is. If you try to reverse in the driving path and reversing back into the parking spot, let us know what happens.
Yeah.
But I'm not asking. Don't send your bills to me, though.
No, and also now, because of other fan lifers, they told us about that automatic number plate recognition. So now we really check it. We have to be really careful because it's coming everywhere at the moment, even if you stay for an hour.
I think they're going to make all of van life
very difficult, as difficult as possible. Yeah.
So you've got to go, really, if you want to do it, really, the more stealthy you are, the better. Yeah. Otherwise, you have to stay on. We want you to stay in the campsites everywhere all the time.
Yeah, we don't like campsites, do we? We do like the showers. We do like have a shower, but the campsites is on top. We like to be away from people.
Yeah.
We like to be away from people and be in nature. And on a campsite, it's I don't know. It's
you go to a campsite. Let's say you pull up next to somebody who's a bit shitty. And you've got to put up with that for the rest of the day you stay there, if they're going to be there as long as you. And so it's a kind of like toss of the coin if you get something nice or not.
But Dan and I seem to go to websites, the pictures seem to be much bigger than we are used to here in the south. Here in the south we are really on top of each other, aren't we, when you go to a campsite.
Yeah.
But anyway, our next journey will be Nottingham. And after that, I still have a small hope that a miracle happens and that we can spend 2 weeks in the winter in Sweden, fly, drive. But I just put.
A van journey then, really.
It's not a fan journey, but we can still document if it happens, because from October till April you have to have winter tires if you drive in Scandinavia. So that's a no-no, because it's an expense to have your winter tires, isn't it?
Go check out Sweden though.
We highly recommend Sweden.
And
absolutely.
place before, Denmark.
Denmark, it's very good. Yeah.
They really appreciate campers going there.
And very friendly people, the ones that we have.
They have an economy. I think their economy probably depends on people who go there who just want to go in nature and enjoy nature and be at peace with nature like we do.
Guys,
we really will miss it.
We will travel home at the bus again in a minute, and thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye. Bye.